Hello, this is Jill Burke again, and I'm here to talk to you about your criminal justice research paper. Today, I wanted to talk about actual search language that you use and how to search the library databases. So once again, we're going here to the library, and here we are. Part of this paper is learning how to search our databases. So what is a library database? It is a collection of magazines, newspaper, journal articles, and other published things, all grouped together by topic. This is our front page search box, which you should have seen in the last video that I did, but here it is again. So we're going to use this to start searching. Instead of using one of the four topics you're given in your paper, I'm going to use traffic stops. So where I am using traffic stops, you're going to put in bail, arrest, corrections, whatever else the other four are. So here we go. I'm going to put in traffic stops. Notice I'm putting it in quotation marks, and this is going to find it as a phrase. So that traffic stops are right next to each other, and it has to do with traffic stops. Not traffic in one paragraph, stops in another paragraph, and they have nothing to do with your paper or your topic, traffic stops. Then I have to add things. Traffic stops is a wide topic. So let's talk about the next part. In the assignment, the words disproportionate minority contact is used. So I'm going to put that in, and we're going to see if that's good. Disproportionate minority contact. Once again, I'm putting it in quotation marks. Now, disproportionate minority contact is how they talk about it in the assignment. But it does not necessarily mean those are the words that are being used when people write about it. Or maybe they're being used by some people, but not everybody. So we have to think of a synonym, another way to say disproportionate minority contact. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to think about other synonyms. Some of the synonyms, not cinnamon, that come into this is racial inequality, and another one can be racial disparity. Any of these three, if you're not getting very many results with one, switch to another. So I'm giving you a very big hint on how to search for your paper. So instead of traffic stops, you'll put in arrests, racial disparity, or you'll put in bail, racial inequality, or you'll put in one of the plea bargaining and disproportionate minority contact. All right, so let's just do traffic stops, racial disparity. And I'm going to hit the search button. I have 630 different things that were brought up. Now I know I need an academic journal article. So what is an academic journal article? An academic journal article is an article printed in an academic journal. How do I know that? How do I recognize it? Usually it'll tell me right here, academic journal. Sometimes it'll say something else. Sometimes it's not true that it's really an academic journal. It just says that because the computer thinks it's an academic journal. Other ways to recognize an academic journal article is to come here, and here is Journal of Ethnicity and Criminal Justice. And most academic journals, but not all, have the word journal in the title of the journal. The other way you can recognize it is because the articles themselves are long. Here's page 3 to 22. That's 20 pages they have. That's a lot of information, a long article. Academic journal articles also have these, charts and graphs. Whereas magazine articles have pictures of people, pictures of whatever they're talking about. All right, so that's some ways to recognize an academic journal article. I'm going to go over here and see there's 630 of them. So when we research in the databases, it is not like Google. You really just want 30, 40 good articles right on your topic. One of the ways to do this is to put more words in up here in the search box, and it narrows it down further and further and further till you might get that. Other ways to do it are over here on the left. So we're going to do something called shopping for articles. That's what I call it. Whoops. Here we go. We want scholarly peer-reviewed journals or academic journals. Okay, so let's do this. Let's switch academic journals. And now I have that 326, which is still too many. So I'm going to come down here again, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to change the date. Check with your instructor on what date he or she says. How old can these articles be? Most of the instructors are saying 3 years or 5 years, but check with your instructor. So I'm going to make it 5 years, 2014, and I'm going to click enter. And there it is. It moved up the date. And now I only have 152, and I have academic journals. So that's good, but it's still a lot more than 40 or 50 or 30 or 40. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to look at subject headings. Subject headings. And then I'm going to click show more. So what am I looking for here? Well, I am looking for something about traffic stops, and I am looking for something about racial disparity. So there's a lot of different things going on here. So in traffic stops, one of the things that we talk about is racial profiling. Here we go. Racial profiling. Here's racism, criminal justice system. Whoops. Nope, not criminal justice system, too big. Racial profiling again. Criminal justice, no. Race discrimination, sure. Policing, no. Arrest, no. Decision making, ooh, that might be interesting if they talk about traffic stops. I'm going to click that off because part of your paper is the decision-making point. All right, here we go. The more I click off, the more articles I'm going to get. Here's arrest, police brutality, all sorts of things. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for racial disparity. Okay, I think we have quite a few things. All right. Anybody have? Okay. Then I'm going to click update. There you go. So notice I have 27. And what do they talk about? Here's the first one. African Americans and racial profiling by U.S. law enforcement, an analysis of police traffic stops and searches of motorists in Nebraska during a 5-year period. All right, maybe. Okay. Bias in, bias out. Notice this is a law journal right here. Yes, it's an academic journal, but it's a law journal. Also notice that it's 83 pages. In general, I say stay away from the law journals for this class, for this assignment. Let's see. Here's frisky business, race, gender, and police activity during traffic stops. Okay. Now I'm going to come up here to the very first one arbitrarily and open it up. And then over here on the right, I want you to see, here is cite. This will give me the citation that I need. Now you need an APA citation. Notice these are not it. Click on here, going down, and here it is. You can copy and paste this into a Word document. And do that as you go along with your research. So maybe you find 4 or 5 really good articles or something that's possible, but you're not sure you're going to use it or not. Just put them in a Word document because you can come back and change it, edit it. You can take out the references that you don't want. You'll put it in alphabetical order, and then you will also compare this to the APA Citation Basics sheet, which I'll show you in a moment. So I'm clicking off this. I'm going back to our search. One of the things you have to look for are policies or programs that have helped in this area. So right off, I'm going to copy this. Okay. I'm going to do a new search up here because I narrowed it down further and further. So rather than clicking off things, I'm going to start again. I'm going to put it in here. So you can put the word program after or policy after your search, and that's going to help you to find programs and policies. So right off, I thought of a policy, a traffic stops that has been put into use by many jurisdictions. And this one is body cameras. So I'm going for the body cameras. I'm going to see what's happening with the body cameras policy. Is this helping at traffic stops? What's going on? So now I get 16. Okay. That's not a lot. I may want to go back and say racial equity. Or maybe I want to go back in, not equity, excuse me, racial inequality. I may want to go back and put disproportionate minority contact. I may want to change this if I'm not finding anything here. Okay? So that's one way to use the front page search box. So I'm going back to the library homepage. All right, right here. Homepage. And I'm going to show you two more things. How do I get to the criminal justice database? This, remember, searches 50 different databases. So there are lots of different things in here. I found a public administration journal. So let's go down here. Article databases. Well, I know it's called criminal justice database. So I'm going to C, and I'm choosing criminal justice. Look at that. It put something in here. It put my search already. How nice. So let's go in here. I only have 5 results. That's not a lot. So I don't really have to narrow it down. It's pretty easy to look at all 5 of them and see what's going on. But that's not enough. That's too little. So I'm going to take out body cameras and do another search. Here we go. Now I have 126 results. That's great. But let's look at them. This means it's not an academic journal. See, it says dissertation and thesis. So I'm going over here to make sure I click scholarly journals because I need at least one scholarly journal article. And here's one, racial and ethnic disparity in criminal justice. How much is too much? Well, that might be good. Let me click on this title. And here's an abstract. I can read the abstract and decide, does this fit my search? Is this going to be helpful? Will this help me in my paper? So that's about all there is to know right now for your criminal justice paper. And if you have any problems or issues or questions, you know where to reach us. You can call us, or you can send us email, or you can walk in the door. You can also remember, schedule a research appointment. If you have any questions, please get a hold of us. Thank you.